All right, we now go over to Grambling State and Coach Mickey Joesph. Once again, if you do have any questions, please utilize the raise your hand feature to get your question in the queue. With that being said, happy to be joined by Coach Joesph with Grambling State. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning. How you guys doing?
Doing great, Coach, and thanks so much for taking some time out of your schedule to join us. Coach, if you could please start us out with an opening statement recapping your team's most recent outing versus Alabama State.
Well, just on our end, another tight game. We expect every game to be like this. Take your hat off to my kids and to my coaches. Not they didn't panic. Because we've been there before, and to continue to fight to the end. At halftime, I think the butt chewing that they were giving each other, really worked because they was holding each other accountable. And I think that's hard, with this generation that they don't hold each other accountable. But at that time, we were down by 2 scores. They were holding each other accountable, and I asked them just to play 1 quarter at the time because I know they wouldn't quit, but I want them to be mentally strong for 1 quarter at the time. And we stayed in the fight, and finally, the kid missed the field goal. Probably was a chip shot for him. Don't know what went wrong with him, but the kids fought. So take my hat off to coaches and the kids.
Appreciate those opening comments, Coach. First question goes to Doc Holliday.
Coach, how you doing today?
Doc, how you doing? I'm doing fine.
I'm doing good, doing good. You got a short week this week, playing on Thursday night. Have you told your team about playing in a environment as far as on Thursdays, Thursday night football?
Well, most of them, coming from high school, they've been on this schedule before, where your Sunday has to be your Monday. So they've been on this been on this schedule before, somewhere down in their career. But the travel is what we had to really talk about, because it's going to take 7 to 8 hours on the bus to get there. So that's what we had to say. Hey, that's not an excuse. We're going to prepare like we normally prepare, and we're going to travel. It's just going to be a little longer on the bus. But once we get there, it's no excuse. I expect us to perform. I expect us to come out and play strong in all 3 phases, because this is part of playing, college football. That you're going to have short weeks, and also you're going to have long bus trips. So we're not going to use that for excuse. We just got to get them, continue to prepare like we normally do. And we just got to leave a little earlier.
And then you had 171 yards on the ground on Saturday. Tell us about Elon Elder, who's been there for a while, and what does he provide as far as leadership on the offense, and just for the whole team.
Well, with Elder, he's been there for a while. You're right. He had his ups and downs here at Grambling. And, he was a kid that just stuck with the program. He never pouted, because sometimes kid can pout and it can affect your team. If he did pout, he didn't show it. He came to play. He came to practice every day. He came to work, and he got on special teams, and some of the reps would cut back at the running back room, and he wasn't getting them in his carries and doing a year, but he stuck with it. And so you throw your hats off to him and a kid like Talbert. They kept grinding, kept chopping wood. They kept saying, "We'll put the team first. I'm gonna put the team first," and that's rare. That these kids could put things in front of them. So they did that, and now they both are having, outstanding endings, towards the end of the season. And you got to appreciate that, and that's the type of kids you want in your program, and that's what we got to continue to form our kids into kids like that, and that's going to also help the winning, get going right away. When you get kids like with character like that. But he's been great for the program, and he's been great for me, because it's something that a coach enjoys to see when a kid like that reps a count and he don't pout. He just keeps fighting. His kid's going to be very successful in life.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Next question goes to Perry Daniels.
Good morning, Coach.
Good morning, Barry. How you doing?
Let's talk about the dynamic of beating your friend in that fashion.
Hey, yeah, that's the, and it's always that it's because you're friends with a lot of these coaches outside of the profession, and been knowing Eddie, since we were teenagers, and you're going to compete because he's going to compete, but just for the players and the coaches, it felt good for them, and I you hated that it has to be Eddie over there, and you just hate it. That you got to go against a friend, but we understand the profession, and wins and losses keep our jobs. But it was a good win for Grambling. But for us, how I feel about Eddie, like I told him after the game, I appreciate everything that he does for me, because there's one person I can call, besides my brother Vance and my cousin Terry. Two people, gonna tell me the truth, and Eddie's gonna be one of them. And appreciate everything he did for me, and still doing for me in this profession to help me to get where I'm at today. But it's always hard when you're playing a guy that you have a lot of respect for and you win. But we both understand the profession.
You've spoken about the environment at halftime. What about after the game in the locker room? How was that environment?
Oh no, we were happy. The kids were happy. You can see it's a monkey off the back because they've been fighting. I mean, every game that they lost, except the Louisiana Lafayette game's been one score games. And that's hard because you got to try to figure out this. And I said it last week. It's the same book. Okay, well, let's find out what's going wrong. Let's see if we can pull one of these out. And this was good. This was good for the program to be able to pull out one of these close games. But like you said, the kids never panic, the coaches never panic, and offensive line did a great job. D line did a great job of stopping the run. So it was a great atmosphere after the game. Coach Ellis came in, he was able to talk to him, and he loves speaking to him. That Coach Ellis is one of the guys, my mentors here, who he loves Grambling, and he loves Grambling. So he's always gonna sit and say, this what I see. But he got him fired at the end, and we loved everything about the atmosphere after the game.
Thank you, Coach. You're doing a
Thank
great
you.
job. Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next question goes to Kendrick Marshall.
Yeah, coach. Will Bailey be quarterback these last two games, or have you made a determination about that yet?
Well, we're still working to see how Miles is gonna look this week. We're gonna put into a workout here pretty soon to see where he's at. He won't play if I feel like he can't protect himself on the field, and he's ready to go. He's ready to go. But as his head coach and myself, I got to make sure that he can get out there and he can protect himself. He can move around before I say yes, he can go. But he's preparing. He's preparing to go, and hopefully we'll have him for Thursday night.
So, what does protecting himself actually look like for you?
That he can move around, and he can get out the pocket when he needs to get out of pocket, and that he can step into his throws. There's a lot of things he's gonna have to do for me today. So, and he understands that. He understands that.
Yeah, I asked that question, coach, because earlier in the season you mentioned some of his struggles were attributed to him not trusting his protection, and he needed more protection in the pocket. Has the offensive line play given you a little bit more confidence that you can put him out there at this point?
Well, we put him out there. He's gonna probably be under the same game plan what we're doing now. He's gonna turn around and hand it off. He's gonna turn around and hand it off and try to protect him. But I won't put him out there if I think he's not healthy enough to help us win the game. And that's the thing about it. Even with protection, you still have to escape. You see, even with Del J has to escape with his legs. So I got to make sure that he's able to do that before we put him out there. But yes, I think the offensive line is getting better, but we're still getting pressure on the quarterback.